Hey fellas, Frankie Day back on YouTube. Okay guys, for this gorgeous Friday, I got another chopper here. I'm going to show you right here. The topic of this video of Chopper Madness is my build number 4, I think, of my Revell 1955 release of the YH-16 Transporter. Okay guys, before we get started on the Transporter, a little history about this job. The H-16 Transporter came out in was designed on paper by 1947, and they more or less contacted Frankie Piasecki and Sikorsky and a lot of other helicopter companies that were in the development of helicopters. They realized back in the late 1940s that rotary wing aircraft was a must, especially for infantry, and what limits it could do and what it can't do. So this here chopper, the Transporter, was the first virtual twin rotor chopper ever designed, and was short-lived because it was underpowered and had a lot of problems with it, and also laid the base line for its successors like the 37, like the H-37 Mojave, which was a big, huge chopper. It actually was incorporated by the Marine Corps. They more or less used that a lot, and it was miles bigger than the CH-53, the Tough Magic, the Jolly Green Giant they call it in Vietnam, Sea Dragons in the Navy. And so these actually were the early developments of the choppers before what we have today. So the successor to the H-16 Transporter was the H-21, which was the Piasecki H-21 workhorse, Flying Banana, and it was a very successful design, and it was used exclusively to Vietnam and also all through Korea War, and actually it was more or less phased out in the late 1960s, and the Chinooks came in. Boeing Chinooks, the CH-47A models. So like that of the Cayman Husky, they're old school choppers for the day, fellas. So the Transporter was very, very short-lived because of various problems. Like, it was underpowered to be able to carry what it was designed for, because these the rotors were 82 feet in diameter. That gives you a good idea how big this chopper was at the time. It was designed to carry 43 to 50 troops. It can carry tanks. It can carry trucks, howitzers, artillery, anything of that nature. It was designed to carry, and so they had a lot of problems with it because it was underpowered, and they came down to put twin turbines on it, turbojets, and it improved it somewhat, but they more or less weren't very interested into it. They had better things on the drawing boards that would come out that would supersede this early chopper, and it did. So the YH-16 Transporter phased out of the Air Force as late as 1954. And by 1955, the Revell Model Company, which this kit was made from, is released from, and also released the first helicopter kit along with their Sikorsky S-55 Chickasaw. And this chopper here, I'm about ready to show you in a couple seconds here, fellas, was the first helicopter model I've ever built. And as I put this, it's a very fast build. It's a very fast build. No matter how much you want to take your time on it, guys, it just builds itself. I use these and throw in the glue, it's all done. And so it makes a very great collection to my collection of choppers I'm starting to build. So I got 4 right now in display, and the next one's going to be the big Chinook, a 1/35th scale by Trumpeter. Okay guys, without further ado, we're going to sway the camera around over here, and we're going to go take a look at this this transporter here. Okay, we get a little closer, guys. There we go. There it is, fellas. All done by special limited paint I used. The windows were colored in using watercolors, acrylic watercolors that I used. And it goes together very, very fast, you can see. These can be found on eBay, fellas. I was on eBay last night. I saw 4 of these things on eBay. They go up, they run anywhere from $20 on up or on down. This is an old school chopper. This thing is built straight out of the box, SOB. Nothing added to it, fellas. Just right out of the box. So you more or less got to take your time on these old school jobs. They can be built, as you can see here, into perfect examples. These designs back in the 1950s, we never had the finishing techniques to make them look like they are today. And back in those days, I never heard of an airbrush. Everything was done by hand painting. And, so once I discovered the arts of an airbrush, I never used a paintbrush again. And so this chopper here is all natural aluminum, which they were. It's a very, very beautiful looking chopper for its day, guys. It's one of my favorites. It's old school. It's too bad that this thing has never actually seen service as long as it has been. It's been about 3 or 4 years, 4 or 5 years of military life, and most of the time it was going through different modification programs, like more or less changing the engine power plant. Like I said earlier in the video, guys, the biggest problem with this thing was it was underpowered. This thing was designed not only to carry personnel, it was designed to carry artillery, like howitzers, jeeps, weasels, tanks, trucks, half-tracks, anything to do with armor. These things were designed to carry. Also, it can carry supplies for the needed infantrymen who are ground pounders, who welcome something like this to bring them their mail and their rations and all the sundries of war that it needed. And the helicopters were very, very important. These rotary wing aircraft have a very, very popular, significant part of history of aviation. So this one right here, fellas, is the very first virtual helicopter ever designed and flown and served in the military. This thing was superseded by the CH-37 Mojave, not 37, but yeah, 37 Mojave, and also by the H-21 Workhorse, or Flying Banana, or Shawnee. And this aircraft was just, by 1954, this thing was it faded away. It was stricken from the register of the United States Air Force, and not very much information on this, fellas, not very much. I tried to look for a lot of information on this thing on YouTube and also Wikipedia and my search engine, and they have little knowledge of it. And I've never seen this aircraft fly before. And all I know is back in 1955, I was about 15 years old back then. And I bought this for 89 cents and built it. This is the second time in my whole entire life I built this thing. And believe me, fellas, this thing came out better this time than the last one. Painting silver paint with a paintbrush is not very justifying for a model, no matter how skilled your hand is. There's a lot of people up there that can use a paintbrush and they look like you can swear it's done with an airbrush. There's secrets and skills with paintbrushes that are just pretty much there than it is opposed to airbrushing. So it's all in your hands, all in your head, all in skills. So anybody's interested in getting one of these, eBay's got them for sure, fellas. And they're there. Okay, guys, we'll see the camera around yours truly and finish up the video. Here I am. Okay, guys. Next, I'm going to start working on the Chinook. Before I get started on it, I decided to go ahead and make a build series on YouTube on this, because I haven't been making very many build series on here since I lost in the madness of building choppers. And so this here is so big, so expensive, it deserves to be reviewed and built on YouTube for you great fellas out there. Okay, guys, so that's on the agenda right now. We'll get to Alabama. I got one lifeboat done out last night, so I got one more to go and do a little dusting here and there, and she'll be ready for the video and get it all done. And I already got a little little platform on it, fits on the wall. I can set the model itself on there and be out of harm's way, and I get to look at the Captain Sims while I go to sleep tonight in the fart sack. Okay, guys, I'm out of here right now. God bless each one of you. Make Mama happy and happy modeling. Please subscribe, and we'll see you back on YouTube again. So next video is going to be the inbox review of this Chinook chopper. I think you'll like this. So will I. Okay, guys, Frankie today signing off. I'm out of here. God bless you guys. Love you guys very much. Take care, men, and have a very safe, wonderful, gorgeous Friday and weekend. Bye, fellas.